Tubers, we've got to a point with this van now. We've got the engine out. I think I showed you before about this. I can't remember where I am. I started to take the engine apart, basically found out it was seized, and you can't take the crank out without getting the engine out because it won't allow you because of where the oil seal is, stops the bottom of the engine coming off. So anyway, we got the engine out, and here the engine is. It's completely to bits. Here we are, look. Nothing was wrong with the bore at all. Everything is completely to bits. We're going to hone that out and put all new pistons, rings and rods in. The crank came back. If I didn't tell you before, basically this one here seized onto the crank and it's been able to be polished out. It hasn't needed grinding, just polishing. The guy told me to get I was going to bodge this up by putting a new shell on there and then using blue Loctite to hold the shell in instead of taking the top end up. But the guy told me to take the piston out just to check it. It was a hell of a lot of work. There's everything. It's basically a hell of a job, and a good job I did, because when I took it apart, that one piston had started to go on the side, look, if you can see it there. So this wouldn't have been long going. And on the bottom also, where the bearing had spun, the shell, it is actually marked that as well. So I would have needed to do this piston and rod anyway. So I decided to take the head off and do all of them to make it to be a brand new engine, really. So this has all been polished up. 50 quid that cost to fix, that's all, which was a big surprise. But the worst surprise was all the bits to put that top end back together cost me 600 quid. Yes, 600 fucking quid. So we've got 4 pistons, 4 rods, all that other stuff. There's a brand new oil pump there somewhere, new timing chain cover, new timing chain pulleys, everything. These were okay. Of course, I will check everything, but these are okay. These weren't seized, it was just that there. So I've never put an engine together like this from nothing before, not on this scale. Done it to motorbike engines plenty before, but never to a complicated, pretty new diesel engine. There's a lot to get right on this. So I haven't started it yet, obviously, but when I start this, I will go through the process I am doing it. I don't know if I'll show you everything because I am no expert on this, far from it. But if you've got a Transit that's got a few problems, I may do a bit as I go along. I'm far from being an expert, but hopefully we can get it fixed, and it'll be sort of in the region of 600 quid to fix it, instead of having a reconditioned engine, which was about 1200 at least to 1800. So we're half the price, but it's a huge amount of work. If I was going to do it again, or suggest somebody to do it again, I would suggest just get another engine already refurbed for maybe 1500 if you can get one, and then you can just whip the engine out and get it all done in a week. This has took me a month to source all the parts and everything, and I still haven't started putting it together yet. So ta-da! Don't forget to thumbs up and subscribe, because only 2% of you are, and 98% of you watch aren't subscribed. Help me a lot. Ta-da!